Okay, in this flashback, you were asked to identify what type of chemical reaction a specific equation is. So here are two examples, and we're going to go through our list of types of reactions here, and then determine what type of chemical reaction each example here is. So let's look at the first one I have listed here. I have AgCl plus NaBr reacts to give me AgBr plus NaCl. Okay, so synthesis. If I remember what synthesis is, two single elements coming together to form a new compound. Well, that's definitely not it because I have compounds here, not two single elements. So that's out. Let's move on to decomposition. Decomposition is when one whole compound reacts with something like heat or light and then breaks down into its separate elements. I don't have one whole compound here. I have two. And it's definitely not breaking down into separate elements because I got two more compounds here. So that's out. Single replacement is when one single element reacts with a compound to give you a new single element and a new compound. I don't have a single element in this equation whatsoever. No single element in this equation whatsoever. Okay, so it's definitely not single replacement. Okay, the word single should give it away. Now let's move on to double replacement. Double replacement is when two compounds react with one another to give you two new compounds. Well, I have two compounds here. They're reacting together. And when I look over here, I have two new compounds because they're different than what's on the left. So this is definitely a double replacement reaction. Okay, we figured that one out. So let's move on to the second example. Okay, remember synthesis. Two single elements to form a new compound. Okay, that's definitely not happening here. Decomposition is the opposite of synthesis. A whole compound breaking down into its separate elements. That's not happening here, if you can see. That's just not happening. Single replacement. A single element reacts with a compound to give you a new single element and a new compound. Here's a single element reacting with a compound, but it doesn't give you a new single element over here. So that's out. Okay, double replacement reactions. Double replacement reaction is when two compounds react to give you two new compounds. Well, I have a compound here, but O2 isn't a compound. It's more or less a single element. And it does give me two new compounds, but it's just not quite fitting the definition of double replacement. So that one's out. Combustion is when a hydrocarbon, so remember a carbon bonded with a hydrogen, reacts with oxygen gas to give me CO2 and H2O, carbon dioxide and water. That definitely looks like a combustion reaction. Here we have our hydrocarbon reacting with O2 to give me CO2, carbon dioxide, and H2O, water. So this one is definitely combustion. So now that you have been refreshed on the types of reactions, you should now be able to complete this flashback.